Hey folks, welcome back to the Sedgwick Jimmy channel. We're certainly glad to see you, and today we're looking at how London Bridge ended up in Arizona. Why is an English bridge that became famous from a rhyme about it falling down currently in Arizona? Well, let's look into it. Pontoon and river bridges across the River Thames have existed since the Roman occupation of Britain, but they had a tendency to be destroyed. It was destroyed during warfare around 1016, rebuilt and then destroyed by a tornado in 1091, rebuilt and destroyed by a fire in 1136, and eventually in 1176, King Henry II, Richard Lionheart's dad, commissioned a stone bridge to be built. It was completed in 1209 under the watch of King John, yes, the Robin Hood King John, at the length of nearly 900 feet, and included a grand church, a drawbridge to allow ships through, gatehouses at each end, and by 1358 had over 130 shops, as well as a latrine that emptied into the river below. One of the biggest issues with the bridge was space. Seeing as London real estate has always been at a premium, they used the bridge to expand. The road itself was maybe 12 feet wide, the buildings were known to hang out over the water several feet, and passage could take up to an hour. London Bridge was again damaged by a fire in 1212, had many of its buildings burned down during revolts in 1381 and 1450, and was ravaged by another fire in 1633. Now, the ironic thing is that it acted as a fire break during the Great Fire of London in 1666 because of the unrepaired fire damage from 1633, but they just kept rebuilding. Water wheels were added to power water pumps and grain wheels, but the bridge greatly affected the flow of the river, leading to the phrase, "for the wise men to pass over and fools to pass under." It also became a tradition to mount the severed heads of traitors at the South Gatehouse, the first of those being none other than William Wallace. It was decided in the late 1700s that the old bridge needed to be replaced, and a new bridge was completed slightly upriver in 1831, the old bridge being destroyed after its completion. However, over time the new bridge began to sink about an inch every 8 years, and they knew it had to be replaced. It was proposed in the 1960s to sell the existing bridge, an idea that was laughed at by many. However, a Tennessee businessman named Robert McCulloch rose to the occasion. He had made his money in oil and chainsaws. Fun fact, his mother-in-law was the daughter of Stephen Briggs, as in Briggs and Stratton, and he also had founded several cities. One of these cities was Lake Havasu City, Arizona, and McCulloch was looking for a tourist attraction that would bring people in, and London Bridge fit that mold perfectly. He bought the bridge for just under $2.5 million, had it disassembled, numbered, shipped from England to California, trucked to Arizona, and there began the greatest IKEA furniture build in history, as it was reassembled piece by piece where it now stands. We're all familiar with the nursery rhyme "London Bridge is falling down," but more likely than not, this version simply took an already existing rhyme and game, which could be found in several European countries, and made it about London Bridge. No, it's not about human sacrifices under the foundations, or Viking invasions, or any of the other proposed origins. The modern version of the rhyme didn't emerge until the 1800s, and was only first mentioned a few hundred years earlier. It was just appropriated and became popular. And that's just gonna about do it for our quick look at how a famous bridge from England wound up in an American desert. And if you liked it, why don't you give us a like? If you want to see more, give us a subscribe. If you have anything to add or any ideas for future episodes, let us know down in the comments. We appreciate you watching. Hope to see you back here again in the future for more Sedgwick Jimmy. Come check it out.